evening and welcome to Tinkering with Edkelar. For this episode, I have a rather small project on the desk and quite an old piece of lab equipment indeed, a decade resistor box. I have been looking for a decent one of these for ages, but anything that seemed really good quality, even the older stuff, is quite expensive. And I'm not even talking calibration standard grade here. Sheesh. Much to my surprise, one of the Craigslist-style websites in Austria had one of these around for affordable, and it was even close enough to send out stagehands to pick it up. The box seems to be well used, and all the nifty brass inside is a bit tarnished. Disassembly starts with the base plate itself. The screws are a bit of an odd size. None of my screwdrivers fit exactly. The resistors are wire wound and covered in a thick layer of lacquer. Next, the hinges. I sense a theme here with the screws. All are flathead, already slightly marred up, and non-standard sized. The handle. Clearly meant to make it easier to pull from a shelf. This seems to be a homemade addition to the box to me. The screws are sticking out on the inside for one. The screws on the latch are a bit loose. Nothing a strategically placed toothpick wouldn't fix, but they needed a bit of help to come out. Now, disassembly. This design makes a complete disassembly quite impossible. The contact points are lacquered over, as are all the screws on the inside. I guess a good cleanup in situ has to do. Darn, whoever built this didn't have a tinkering tomcat in mind. The screws that hold the nice clamping nuts are pinned over, so these won't come off either. The only thing that comes apart is the sliding bar assembly with the moving contact spring. Both of them. Somebody put a wire bridge across one end. I still need to find out how the wiring works. There seems to have been some sort of plaques next to the terminals at some point, but they are missing now. At least I can't think of anything else what these screw holes would have been used for. Now, let's get out the wire brush. So far, it seems that the wire brush isn't making any dents in the phenolic base plate. Removing all the trimmings and giving it a polish would have been nice, but I prefer to keep the wiring as it is. After a round of brass polishing, I'm checking up on the resistance values. Well, slightly off, but at least in the general ballpark. I'd say 5% tolerance. That sounds quite extreme for wire-wound resistors, but remember, this stems from the day of carbon composite resistors, which are notoriously all over the place. Cleaning the base plate all around these contacts and mounting pins was a bit hard on the knuckles. Or so stagehand tells me. Going on with the contact springs. And the mounting screws. Mounting the first selection spring. A bit stiff, but it works. The second spring is almost loose. Aha! The other way around. Clearly, they are not quite the same. Testing! 155 should give 155 ohms between the binding posts. Oh, and here's the schematic of these binding posts. No idea why there are 4, but it might facilitate using the resistor in a series configuration. Cleaning up the box hardware next. and onto the box itself. The lid is busted around the hinge screws. I bet it fell down at some time. That would cause such a crack. I don't want to bust the rest of the lid too, so I'm doing my best to get some glue into that crack. Next, covering up the holes for the handle. That wood spackle is a bit on the dry side. And no, not just surface level either. The package says, when dry, just add water and stir. Let's see. Oh, that somehow worked. Neat. And off for some sanding. After the rough work is done, brushing up the corners. Thankfully, the inside was still nice and only needed a bit of roughing up for the new paint. Two layers of clear coat with a bit of sanding in between should be good. The base plate is a bit of a snug fit now. I think the clear coat turned out a bit on the thick side. Mounting the latch and hinges again. I sure hope that the sanding didn't cause too much of an issue in the gap. I forgot to remove the excess glue before painting. Oh well, it should be no issue in doing it now. Also, drilling a new hole. Yes, there is a slight gap here now. I need to recess that hinge a bit more. And that concludes this small side project. I'm still looking for some more modern deckhead boxes, both for resistors and capacitors. I don't know if they were ever made for inductors, but I'm not interested in this cheap SMD PCB with jumper thingies, nor do I want to spend more than $500 plus shipping for one. So let's see if and what comes along. And so, I hope you enjoyed this project. See you next time! Next, the hinges. Ha, darn it.